If you are building AI agents that work with real data, you have probably hit this wall. Your agent calls a tool, and the tool result comes back with 200 kilobytes of raw JSON data. Very popular in MCP servers. Well, the problem is now you've blown a huge chunk of the context window with raw data that the model or the agent does not really need. This is especially painful in observability. Dashboarding configs, metrics, logs, traces, profiles. It's all raw data and the data is big. The context window space is expensive, both in latency and in cost. So while building Grafana Assistant, we tried something called context offloading. And the idea is simple. Instead of sending the full JSON result to the LLM, we will store the JSON result in the browser memory and only send back the structural summary of the JSON blob. The agent can then use a JQ tool to selectively query pieces of this whole data. This makes the LLM loop much quicker and especially keeps your context window small. Let me show you how this looks in real life. So in this case, I asked Grafana Assistant to describe the dashboard. It called the read dashboard information tool to get panels, variables, and metadata, but the response was 69 kilobytes, which was simply too large to just put in the context window. Instead, it saved this JSON in the memory and returned this artifact. The Grafana Assistant then called the JQ tool to get selective data from this JSON blob. In this case, it queried all the panels to get its IDs, titles, types, and descriptions. So this selectively only gets one piece of data from the whole JSON blob. It continued to get some more data, but in the end it was able to answer my question without blowing all the context. What surprised us is how naturally models work with this. You give them the schema and they write reasonable JQ queries on the first try. It is like giving your agents a read-only database, except the database is browser memory and the query language is JQ. The model reasons better because its context isn't polluted with noise, responses are faster, token costs go down, and you're not hitting context limits on the second tool call. If you're building agents that deal with large structured data, consider this pattern. You can also see it in action with Grafana Assistant in Grafana Cloud.